Hello, hi, welcome to Usagi's kitchen, where I took a cooking class once and now think I know what I'm doing. My cousin Yuri Katsuki is around the house visiting, I think that's what my mom called it. And so he really likes tonkatsu, which is fried pork cutlet bowl thing. His coach called me and said he can only have chicken because apparently he's dieting or something. So we'll be making katsudon, which is the exact same thing as tonkatsu, but we are using chicken instead of pork. If you want to substitute what we're doing, which is the chicken with pork, go for it. This is how we do it. All the stuff we have strategically and aesthetically sort of laid out here to make it more or less is you need the chicken or the pork, whichever one you want, your spices for your chicken and or pork, some cooking chopsticks, a knife, green onions, just regular onions, I beat 3 eggs, but beat as many eggs as you need, flour, and then panko, which is what you'll be breading it in. I like to put it in the bag to shake it up. If you don't want to put it in the bag, don't do that. Soy sauce is for after. These eggs are going to be beaten and poured over it later. And then over here, ta-da, this is stuff that we kind of need to do while we're making our katsu, is we're going to bring this up to medium and we're going to put pure vegetable oil or whatever cooking oil you want to use and just pour it in there. That is what we will be frying the meat in. And then also we will be making rice because it goes on top of some rice. So we're out of more or less normal rice, so we're going to be using sushi rice. And this is also something that I'd recommend you do while you're assembling your katsu, so that it's all done and ready for you. This is pretty easy, I think. You put the rice in first before you start pressing buttons. Oh, it comes with the cup. Some rice cookers come with a cute little cup that you can pour your rice into. Pour as much rice as you want in the cup. And then you just fill it up with water. The rule typically is 2 cups of water per 1 cup of rice, but if you're like me, you just eyeball it. I like to put a little bit of salt in there. So just put your little doodad on the thingy. Is it locked? You need this thing open, otherwise this will explode. And now we're just gonna make some rice. Now we get to move on to the fun part, which is making the katsu. For the meat, you can either tenderize it with one of these things, like a Savage, or you can just cut shallow cuts into the meat, and that more or less tenderizes it. Most people that make katsu don't beat it savagely, as they taught me in the cooking class. And then if you want, cut off any excess fat. Now we are going to season it. Usually you just use salt and pepper, but I really like this shit, so we're putting it on there. Rub it in, give it a nice massage. So now that your chicken is seasoned and massaged, you will put it in the flour. And I don't like touching this shit, so we're gonna use the chopsticks here. So now that it's thoroughly coated, then going to take it into your egg bath. Let it be bathed. Take your chicken out and you stick it right in here. This bag is gonna get really fucking messy. I like to take a strainer and line it with some paper towels so it will catch all of the excess grease. So over here is our oil pan, and how you test to make sure if it's ready to fry is if it does that. If bubbles get on your chopsticks and it starts to fry what's on your chopsticks, it's pretty safe to assume that it will also fry your chicken. We're just gonna take our chicken and put it in the oil. And you're just gonna keep it in there and keep flipping it until it's golden brown. There's the rice going. And here's the katsu going. So good at this. Dude, that thing always makes me so uneasy when it's going off. Alright. So, now that our katsu is fully katsu, blot up all that oil. And then we set it aside to rest. So now we're going to turn this pan up to medium heat. And in it, we're going to saute our onions. A lot of the times, you'll do cabbage, but no one in this household likes cabbage, so we're just gonna do onions. So for the egg batter, beaten egg, we're just gonna go ahead and have this ready made for when our rice is done, and we can have that cooling down. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of soy sauce. And this usually calls for 1 large beaten egg, but the eggs that we have aren't that big, and typically it takes about 2 eggs to fully cover the katsu. So I'm just lightly beating these 2 eggs. You don't want them fully beaten like here. Cutting our katsu in the appropriate pieces, because later we're going to put it over our onion. So now that our rice is done, we can open it. We will just make a bed of rice. So, now we will take our onions and put them in here, but not after we line it with some oil, because we want to make sure this shit slides out of the pan and into our hearts. Some salt, some pepper, some sesame oil, to turn our heat down, and we're going to get our chicken and put it right on top and just pour it all up in there. Take some green onion. Garnish it real fast. You gotta move fast for this part, and you're gonna cover it. Alright, guys. It's time for the grand finale of hoping this all slides out in one piece. And come on. Do that. I like to put just a little bit of soy sauce on top. There is a specific katsu sauce, but I don't feel like making that right now. And voila! There you have it. Katsudon. I did it.
Did you really tell Usagi that I'm not allowed to have pork right now because I didn't win gold? You're a piece of shit, you know that? I love you too. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, bye.
I made it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, that looks really pretty, actually.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting so well.
That's supposed to be.
Mamo-chan warned me on the way out.
Oh my god.
It looks good, though.
He liked tamakiyaki.
Not bad for a blonde girl.
Oh my god, that's so mean. Give that back.
I'm sorry, I take it back. I take it back. You're amazing and beautiful, and I really want that food.
You know what? I'm gonna go give this to Mamo-chan. He's at home studying. He deserves this more than you do.
Now I've ruined my chances at getting food. Victor will be so proud.
So yay! Episode 2 of Usagi's Kitchen. We use chicken because this is our lunch slash dinner slash what we're eating today.
We just like chicken.
And neither of us like pork. Like,
pork is fine, but this is better.
We prefer the chicken. I've made the pork version for my parents when I've come home for break, and I don't know, I just like the chicken a lot better, but literally it's just as simple as using a different meat. So if you guys have any other like food suggestions that you want to see us do, please let us know in the comments below.
Make it something yummy, I have to eat it.
A lot of you guys requested katsu, which I figured which would be the most requested thing given how popular Yuri on Ice is, but I make this a lot anyways, so it was a lot of fun to do for the episode. Also, just to clear up any confusion, it's Usagi's kitchen, not any other anime character's kitchen.
So suggest things that you want Usagi to make, or fuck up making. Request something really hard to make. I want to see her fail in the kitchen.
Rachel! Why? Because you can't cook. Thank you guys so much, and bye. Milo's just patiently waiting.
This is not for dogs! Dogs can't have onions! You can't eat this! This is mine.
Scrappy Dappy Doo! Hi, babe.
Who can say